everybody, what's going on today? Welcome to the channel. We're going to do a real quick video on who are some of the best players to use at each position with directional hitting. We're going to go over players I currently have. We're going to go over players that are available in the market. We're going to try to make this as brief as possible. So you guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. And let's go ahead and take a look at the guys that I've got on my squad here first. Okay. Now you guys that have been following along, you guys know I've typically got the same kind of general feel for guys, but it's the high contact, high vision players that we're really mainly looking at. Okay, so your high vision and high contact, and the higher the vision, the better, in my opinion, because the higher your or larger your PCI is going to be while trying to get hits and get on base. So for me, and we're going to go over primary positions mostly in this. I know I've got some at secondary positions, but we'll just kind of roll with it from right there. For me personally, I've got Ichiro over here in left field, and the main reason is because I really like to have an all three diamond shielded outfield. So Ichiro can play secondary positions. His primary is right field, but when you move him over to his secondaries, he maintains that all diamond shield. And then if I were to do it with Tony Gwynn and move him to left, he moves down to a gold. So I like to keep them all at that all diamond, just the way defense is played this year. So his contact and vision obviously is insane. Willie Mays, I don't know if there's a better center fielder to have in the game as far as hitting goes mostly, and that's really what we're mostly looking at in this video, is going to be over hitting and all. I had done a previous video where I went over some of the budget guys, but these are the actual just best guys at each position, in my opinion, in the game. So Tony Gwynn over in right field, insane card. Just, oh my God, he absolutely rakes for me. Back to the Willie Mays real quick, though. I know some of these cards are going to be hard for some of you guys to get. That's why I am going to give other options as well. So don't let me lose you there. Sorry about that. The Tony Gwynn is a free card along the XP path that you can get. George Brett is a not too terribly expensive card out there right now. My favorite player of all time, so I had to pick this one up and put him at first base. I would probably put him at third base, but Rogers Hornsby, man, has been insane hitting for me, so I can't get rid of that card. Batting 393 through almost 1,700 at bats. So that's a card that I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it off my starting squad this year. So, but the Omar Vizquel card, switch hitter, is playing pretty good here lately for me since picking him up last week, as well as having another switch hitter in Roberto Alomar. So Robbie Alomar. Try to combine the two names. Sorry about that. Robbie Alomar is awesome, though, at second base for me as well. So having these two switch hitting bats really make a diverse lineup setup that you can do. So and then at catcher for me is Pudge. There's a lot of good catchers out there as well, though, that have really high contact numbers. On the bench, I'm using the Keith Hernandez card as a contact bat to come off the bench, possibly late in the game if I need to pinch run for George Brett, and looking for another first baseman out there. I've got the Cal Ripken Jr. as a good right-handed bat with contact and vision super high. We've got Joe Morgan, another contact and vision super high. Kenny Lofton, same thing. He only has the 91 vision, but I swear I hit with this card like he's got to be like a 120 vision or something. It's crazy, man. 457 average through almost 1,000 at bats. So that card has to stay. And now Ricky Henderson also. Ricky would probably be my choice primary out in left field. As far as contact hitters go, having that speed off the bench is always awesome. So, but yeah, these guys are the guys I like to go with. But now let's go to the marketplace real quick, and we're going to look at probably about the top 4 at every position that are available in the game right now. Is probably the best place to start with it. But and then some of the cards that I have won't be in here because they were obtained different ways. So Gary Carter, though, this Gary Carter card is pretty good, man. I know a lot of people liked his card last year, his diamond card, and this one seems to be quite a bit better. Good contact and good vision. Looks like a really good card to use for directional hitting. The Yadier Molina, also a good card to use. Good fielding as well with both of these. You're getting excellent fielding at catcher, so pretty good. Russell Martin actually may not be as high on the contact and vision as you'd think I might recommend, but I used his card last year and was really good with it. So to me, this is a very viable card, and a decent one to be able to use, and a budget price, in all honesty, for a really good catcher. So if you're looking for that left-handed bat, the Brian McCann card is awesome as well. Good high contact and high vision on that one. And then if you slip down to Joe Torre's pretty good as well. And then we're starting to get to a little bit iffier cards on some of the stuff. The Jason Kindle's probably pretty decent. I think I went over that one in my last video about some budget guys. But the overall guys are going to be these top 4, top 5 as far as catchers go in the game right now, in my opinion. For first base, Joey Votto, man. We've got Joey Votto. This card looks like it'll just rake, man. It's a crazy card as far as contact and the vision. I wish the vision was a little bit higher than a 92, but that's still pretty good, man. It's way better than he is for his live series card, which is down to a 74 right now. So really good. Really the same card, but just a little bit more expensive is going to be this Willie McCovey card. He's just a hair better on a couple of attributes, but then a hair lower on a couple also. So really kind of a wash as far as these two cards go. But two completely different prices. So it really just kind of depends on what you want to work with. The Keith Hernandez, which I went over, is on my bench, man. This is a awesome hitting card. With diamond fielding, diamond shielded first baseman. So it's a crazy card. I know that's not hugely important over at first base, but just to have that added security is never a bad thing. But great vision, great contact. I'm not going to recommend the Pete Alonso card just because of the 66 vision. If his vision was a little bit higher, I probably would. But these home run derby cards were meant for that purpose. To serve as all power cards and not as much contact. So for me in directional, it's not going to be that great of a card. Jimmy Fox is pretty good also here for first base. The Travis Hafner. Really, there's a few of these that are also really good options as you get down the list, but these top ones are going to be these top 3 for me, in my opinion, out here on the market. So let's go on to second base. Second base is going to be the most crowded position with awesome cards in this entire game, I swear. Alomar, Sandberg is incredible. The Rod Carew card I would really recommend with that kind of speed and that contact. I know he doesn't have the power that Sandberg has, but if you're looking for a lefty at second base, that's a really good card. Pedroia, not a big fan of his personally, but the card, awesome card. Just looks really good, man, with great contact and vision again. Even the Kinsler card is the same here. And then down even to the Mazeroski, that's probably about where I'm going to draw the line on the contact vision cards for these. But you get six good second basemen to choose from, where a couple of them are under 20,000 stubs. So not a bad choice of cards to choose from there. For third base, we've got George Brett. Obviously, I have him at first base. But if you're looking for almost identical card with a little bit more speed, I guess, and a little bit less power, it's going to be Wade Boggs. This Wade Boggs card is pretty good as well. So he's pretty much like the Tony Gwynn card with contact and vision. So that's pretty good. Matt Williams is a great right-handed bat off the playing third base and shortstop. This one's pretty good, man. I used it for a couple at bats after I got it last month, and then put it on the market just to get max amount of stubs out of. But definitely a card I would have considered possibly using a little further if I didn't already have those spots in the lineup filled. And then the last one for these is actually going to be the Vlad Guerrero Jr. card. Man, the contact and vision is great on this card with that added power too. It's a lot like the Matt Williams card, just with a little bit worse fielding than the Matt Williams card. But at third base, man, I've used Hornsby over there the whole year, and he's been awesome. So you got some options. Some of them are a little bit more expensive here for third base, but if you want to dip down a little bit further, you can. The Miguel Cabrera, by all means, is not a bad card. I just wish that vision was a little bit higher, especially for his MVP year there. But those are going to be the third baseman. Whoops. Get rid of that minimum price. Let's go down to shortstop now. Ripken and Vizquel are two cards I keep on the squad there, and they're really good. The only other one I can really attest to is going to be this Michael Young, and I know he's really expensive, but this Michael Young card was an absolute doubles machine for me, and a clutch machine for me too. Always 1 to 2 hits a game, at least it seemed like when I was playing online with him. So really good card. The Ernie Banks is not a bad card. I wish that the contact versus righties was a little bit higher. Tatis, wish the vision was higher. And there's always going to be this one little thing with some of these cards that's not as great. But Lindor was amazing for me until I found a shortstop replacement. So that's another good card that maybe it doesn't look as good as some of the ones I've compared it to with Ripken and Vizquel, but still an awesome card. So, but there's those. Let's go on to left field. Left field, there's a lot of good outfielders out here right now, so I'm going to hold it to like the first few on each one of these. But Minnie Minoso, awesome card. He can play third base, I believe, too. Yep, third base is his position, so that's awesome. Ricky Henderson, of course, I have this one on the bench. Great card. Monty Irvin with first base as a secondary, so good right-handed bat that could play first base there. Sorry about that. Had the phone vibrating here on a call. My bad. And but this Monty Irvin card is also really awesome. Let's see, the Ryan Braun card. Ryan Braun is actually a pretty good card. I haven't seen a lot of people using it yet, but with the contact and vision as high as it is, that's a very viable option. And then Lou Brock as well, man. Lou Brock having that kind of speed out there in left field. It's really the left-handed Rick Henderson. So that's a pretty good one. I'm going to draw the line there. I'm not going over Gallo because that vision just hurts. It hurts to see. But moving on to center, man. Andrew McCutchen, good card to have. This new Rishi Ashburn that just came out yesterday, great contact and vision on that one as well. Not a very expensive card. Larry Doby is got some extra added pop from the Ashburn card. Also a really good card. Adam Jones is pretty much the Mike Trout card in a signature series card with a different name on it. I mean, go compare the two cards. There's really not much of a difference between these two. It's really good. And I'm actually going to put Granderson in the list because they play the shift on this Granderson card by default. So with that having the shift on, you can get some good hits in. Sorry again about the lawn service out there. If you got that in the background, I apologize. It is lawn day here at the apartment. And then for right field, finally, Al Kaline, man. Al Kaline, this card looks insane. It looks like just an absolute machine. Great fielding, great contact, great vision, great power, decent speed. All around, there's not really anything bad about this card by all means. Enos Slaughter, you're going to lose a little bit off the power and off the defense, but a really good card as well for hitting. And let's see, Justin Upton, pretty decent looking card. The vision's a little lower than I would want. And kind of the same thing here on Vlad, man. Vlad will probably get a much better card here later in the year, I'm sure of, with more rounded out numbers than this and better fielding. But that's the only thing that makes me hesitate on that one. But some really good cards, really good options. You guys don't forget, there's not going to be a lack of content still throughout the year, so we're still going to have plenty of other players and cards to come out, and we haven't even seen Griffey or Babe Ruth or Ted Williams yet, so in the signature series. So we're going to get plenty of those, I'm sure, as the year goes on. But you guys, as always, do me a favor, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, and tell me in the comments which cards you guys are looking forward to getting, which cards that you use. Maybe they're different ones that I'm using that you're having a lot of luck with. Maybe it's something I'll try in a video. And hope this video helped. Maybe you can get a better alignment to your squad if you were looking for a little bit of help on that too. So, but anyway, appreciate you guys joining me on the video. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.